being a coach is super hard, right? You guys are obviously new into the coaching journey, right? There's a lot of things that people don't understand that go into coaching, right? There's a whole lesson plan that we have to go into, like literally every day. Like before I send like our general lesson plan, like I'm doing research on like how to prep for the class, right? We don't just go in at the start and like, I think we should do this. Like, no, it's literally everything's written down step by step. So, I think that's hard for some people to understand sometimes. And, you have to have a passion for it. Hi, what's going on, guys? This is Kane and Stanley, and we are starting a CFNF Podcast here at CrossFit Never Forget. The goal of this podcast is to build connections with our coaches, with our members. So I want to start off our first podcast with just the coaches. So to my left, we have Couch Kinsley, or Coach Kinsley is what we like to call our Coach KK. We have Couch LJ, or Coach LJ as well. And to my right, we have Coach Matt, and then Coach John Man, or Johnny. So the goal of this little podcast is just for us to share our stories and, for us to, share why we do what we do and, give it to all of you. So we're just going to kind of do like a round style where I just kind of ask a question, and then each coach is going to go over, the rhyme and reason. So we'll start with something just super simple. How did you guys get into CrossFit? We'll start on the left with Coach Kinsley.
Hi, I'm Kinsley. So I was actually forced to do CrossFit. I didn't want to do it by my own choice. My mom made me do it because my older brother started when he was 15. So when I turned 15, I was forced into it. And I wasn't really good at like school sports, so I didn't do any of them. So she told me like the reason that she made me do it was because I had to have some sort of physical activity in my life. So I was forced when I was 15 to start CrossFit.
Why didn't you like it?
Because I didn't want to do any physical activity. I wasn't good at sports. I did school, like that was my thing. So I had to do something to move my body.
She didn't want to sweat.
She probably didn't want to
From not being good at sports to being really good at CrossFit.
Really good at sports. What about you, LJ?
Let's see. You guys know. Well, some people don't know. I have lifted forever. And I came home one day and was like, I'm too tired to play with my kids. So I was like, there's a CrossFit gym 2 doors down. That was back when I was at training with Rob. Mm-hmm. So I was like 2 doors down. I look over. They had just finished the front end or something where the windows all opened up. And I was like, well, this kind of looks inviting. They're all running around. Rob used to do CrossFit. So he was like, give it a shot. So I kind of walked in, did CrossFit, and then I would do powerlifting after and slowly kind of phased out the powerlifting. But now I can play with my kids and not be tired after work, which is basically the goal.
So what was that moment where you kind of knew like, you're shifting from more CrossFit more powerlifting focus into more CrossFit? Is there a key moment?
I think it was my son for sure. Like he just wanted to go jump on the trampoline, and that's so simple when he was like 3 years old, right? Like you want to go out there and you just have to stand on the trampoline and he's doing the jumping. Because if you jump as an adult, they're flying, they're flying into the net, So it was like, I don't even have the energy to go outside to do that. It was like, I have to do something. Yes, I feel like I'm in great shape, but why am I tired in the evening when I sit down at work? Yeah. I'm not physically tired. I'm mentally tired. And that was like, something's got to give. And it's kind of panned out for me now, but.
Now you can jump on that trampoline.
Yeah, I got that trampoline.
Going on that trampoline. Matt, what about you?
I started working out probably 2017, 2018. I was really small, like 120 pounds.
Now you're straight thick.
My wife, we used to joke around that I was just a sack of remotes. Like I was just bones. And so I worked out for several years, and it was just like the same routine over and over and over again. And I just kind of got bored with it. So it was probably 2 months before I found CrossFit that I just stopped working out, and I was really not doing anything. Then one day, Jordan Fitch invited C to come to Bring a Friend Week. Mm-hmm. C's my wife, for those who don't know. And she came the first day, and she came home and she was just beet red. And she was like, it's awesome. Like, you should come the next day. So I did.
Last time she ever said that.
And it was great. So I haven't missed many days since. I was hooked.
I remember the selfie she took and posted on social media right after. So her face was just like beet red. She was covered in sweat. And she didn't even follow us at the time. So like, I like went to the profile. I was like, who is this? and then ever since then.
I think she was home for like 2 hours and she was still just like
Yeah.
beat red. Like, did you get sunburned? Where did you
get
really go?
sunburned?
Nothing's changed.
Everyone every day. What about you, John, man?
Well, what was the question again?
How'd you get into CrossFit?
How did I get into CrossFit? That's right. So after I graduated from Bible college in 2016, I took an internship position at a new church in Honolulu. Amazing experience. And the pastor had just recently got into CrossFit, so he paid my way to participate. And I had
participate.
Yes. I had never been to the gym before, never lifted a barbell, didn't have any idea what I was doing. And all of a sudden here I am 4 days a week at 6 a.m. trying to hang out in a group of like 30 different, in my mind, professional bodybuilders or whatever. So naturally, I absolutely hated it. Fast forward 5 years, I gained a lot of weight during the pandemic, saw a number on the scale one morning that I didn't really like, hadn't seen before, and decided to sign up for this CrossFit thing again, because as much as I hated it, it worked. And it worked for me. So about the first 6 months, I lost 40 pounds, and now I get to coach.
Class.
Yeah.
I
So you
remember
look like a
it.
bodybuilder.
I remember it.
I remember running up through his foundation.
I remember Kanan running me through foundations as well.
and then he saw the real me. And he's like, oh man.
That was culture shock enough for
Yeah,
everyone.
right.
Sure.
He wouldn't
Yeah.
speak
Certainly
one word
was.
in class at all. No one, we would not talk.
To be quite honest, I remember looking at the website before I signed up. I saw your picture and I was like, oh,
Dude with the man bun.
the man bun, he's big,
He's
got
got
big
glasses.
muscles. He's going to be this jock, scary dude. And then I walked in the door and you were the coach. And I think you were the coach from day one.
Yeah.
Yep, from day
So-
one.
That's right.
Yeah. Oh man, that brings back a lot of memories. I remember
Very
the
true.
foundation class. It was like four of you guys.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I feel like I've not known Johnny without knowing you, like separate. Like you, very rarely have I seen either one of you in the wild. without
Honestly,
the
it's
other.
a complete flip flop.
Yeah, that's true.
In the wild.
What
Yeah.
Johnny is now is not what Johnny
That's
was when he
true.
started.
Yeah.
It is a complete
Johnny
flip
was
flop.
he's like me. Like when I first started CrossFit, I was like a little like shadow in the corner.
Yeah.
You were just super quiet.
Yeah, super
I'm
quiet.
still an introvert.
Yeah, sometimes.
Well, yeah.
When you get
most
on
of the
that
time.
John man mode.
Like this morning at 8 a.m.
Yeah.
Everybody hold a plank.
I remember what class was it? It was the I think it was the Bring Your Friend Week class where you flipped your hat back.
Yes, it was.
Is
It
that
was.
it?
Wait, Johnny went into
You wanna
sport
show
mode
us?
at that point.
Yeah, Johnny went into sport mode
He
with his
went into
hat before he
sport
did his
mode.
You
Crocs.
know what? I had 44 people in that class, if I remember right.
Yeah,
so
you did.
You put on that hat and you
It was a lot.
killed it, especially with me in class. All right, so let's go to the next question. What was your first impression of CrossFit? Right, like we always remember that first impression. I remember mine was like, man, I hated this, like, and I did not want to go back at all. Kinsley, what was yours?
Mine was the same thing. I hated it. It was hard. My mom was in my face with her camera taking so many photos of me and Berkeley working. I still remember one super specifically. I was doing a sit-up and Berkeley was like doing something with a dumbbell right next to me. And I kept looking at him like, when are we going to be over with it? I was like, I'm so ready to be done with this.
You should have went, ah. Like,
But yeah, I definitely did not like it. And I remember every time my dad would get so mad at me when he'd drive me to CrossFit because I would complain the whole time. I was like, I don't want to do this. I was like, please don't make me. And he's like, you're going. I'm paying for this. You are going and you are doing it.
Good
But I guess
parent.
it's a good thing that he forced
is
me to
good.
go.
I mean, it is.
it is good
It
parenting.
is
101.
good parent. No, he made me do
That
things I
reminds me of
didn't want to
Marlo.
do. But
Good for you.
yeah,
Make
it
it
was
happen.
definitely good for me because if he didn't make me do this, I don't think I would have stuck with it. So he was part of the reason why I was able to stick with it because he forced me to go on the days that I was with him.
Do you think he had the biggest impact on you?
Yeah, definitely at least part of it for sure because he was there when I first started and he knew that him and my mom were super sporty, so the boys got it naturally. I definitely didn't growing up, so he knew I was struggling in like the physical activity realm.
Look at you.
You'd never know it.
Right?
Yeah, no, I
Seriously,
struggled hardcore in the
fittest
physical
secret.
activity realm.
She's our sleeper. Like you just walk in and you just see Kinsley working out. Like she's just coaching. Okay, you see her actually working out. She just changes. She's not the same person.
Oh man, I remember.
She's mad at somebody
Really?
in her head.
Really?
No, I remember she was in
Work out
high school,
hard.
like just using a freaking bare barbell. Like
That's very
it is
true.
It's crazy how far you came along.
Go in there now, and she's like a monster.
It is funny. People will say, you're so different when you work out. I just don't talk when I work out.
I mean, remember
Go
that
to different
time
place.
when my pull-up wasn't quite
That wasn't even what happened. That was not at all what happened. There were external factors in that situation.
got the meanest look ever. You would have.
I do have a problem. I know. Sometimes my face needs fixed. Like I need to fix my face.
LJ, what about you?
It's going to be the most bro answer you've ever heard. First impression was exactly the same as what I thought I was getting into. I was like, these people are crazy. It's like from the outside in, it looks like hard because I didn't want to run. It still don't want to run. I didn't want to do all these things with high heart rate. And I was like, the what answer to it to never going was like, I mean, I'm big, I'm in best shape, I'm pound for pound the strongest guy in town. Like I used to think stuff like that in my head because it would motivate me, not necessarily because I was feeling arrogant. And then I'm like, I don't want to go run. I'm going to lose all my strength. All my weight is going to be like in my legs only. I'm going to have no upper body. And I went in there and I think like just the fact that everyone was like so happy to see me and wanted to know more about me. It wasn't just like fake, like let's meet and hi, okay, bye. Everyone was asking me questions, wanted to meet me, wanted to know more, and was like,
I remember those
I'm a
meetings.
wealth of knowledge that I didn't know that I was. Yeah, because like with Key, he was like one of my best friends at the time. Like I barely knew him. He's like 10 years younger, and I walk in and he's amazing at cardio, and he was really weak back then. So he tried to absorb all my knowledge as far as strength. And I was like, anything I could do to be is half as good as you at cardio is what
But
I want.
I think that's like the amazing thing of what CrossFit does, right? It builds connections with people that, come from like literally all different walks of life. Right. And you can come together for that hour, like, even though you guys maybe have different, visions or, goals, like you come together and you like take on this challenge together every day.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's eventually why I started to like fall in love with it as well. So what about you, Matt?
So my first CrossFit class, I remember, I'll never forget it. We were, I think, 5 minutes into the warm up, and remember, I'm 2 months off the couch. I was cramping so bad. It was miserable. It was the worst time of my life. But at the end of it, like the community part of it, it's what it was really. Everyone's just so happy that you're there, and I'm like, what even is this place? But I remember,
even know my name.
Yeah.
You don't know me.
They put on an act for sure, right? They're not this nice.
yeah, Johnny was my first ever partner for Bring a Friend Week.
Aw,
Was I really?
You really were.
that's
Yeah.
so sweet.
That's pretty cool.
I don't remember
You remember what the
that.
workout was?
I do. It was front squat waves. It was leg day, so my legs were just.
I remember that
I got the
workout.
wall ball workout.
There was wall ball on
Yes.
the
You got
back
the wall ball and the
end.
shuttle sprints.
I actually went back and looked at it recently because I was like, I remember the first workout. It was named after Outcast, and
Yes.
so we had Andre 3000 and Big Boy, and
Oh,
I was like,
that's
yeah,
so funny.
I can keep going to this place.
I remember that. It was an EMOM. I think it was like 45 seconds of max wall balls, 45 seconds of max shuttle sprints.
Yep.
Yes,
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
yeah.
After doing heavy front squats.
After doing heavy front squats for your first time, and you're holding the barbell like this.
Which is cool
And then
because
you're
the
going
way
to-
that you programmed back then, you can go back and see like the general warm up and everything. So
Yeah.
I'm like, this part right here is where I couldn't
My legs
legs
stopped
anymore.
I was already tired. 5 reps.
I was already tired.
Yeah.
I was tired after the brief.
But I kept coming back.
How do you guys remember that?
Well, I just remember because he helped me that night because there were a bunch of people at 7:30. That's when I first started coaching, and he had to come in and help me with the wall ball and the other portion of it.
What about you, John? Man,
I hated it.
It's a common theme going around.
talk about how you went to the bathroom.
We don't need to. We don't need to talk about that. We don't need to talk
Family
about
podcast.
that.
No.
Dream.
Johnny used to hang out in the bathroom through the general.
This was in Hawaii.
It was in Hawaii.
This was in Hawaii. I used to hide in the bathroom. Thank you for the memory.
We wanted the
Playing
real
on your
stuff here.
phone, just waiting for time to go by.
Yeah. No, I hated it.
What did you hate about it?
All of it.
All of it.
I hated how many people there were. I hated that I couldn't do anything. I hated that it was at 6 a.m. I'm not a morning person.
You are now.
Look at you now.
I am still not a morning
He's been
person.
coming to 6 a.m. a lot
Coaching
lately.
I
Yeah,
wonder
it's
why.
not.
That's an interesting theory.
That little Missy, little girlfriend.
I can't wait for her to hear this.
I know,
podcast.
right? I mean, it's not just her, right?
We love
It's
you.
the
Well, and the whole
it's
family.
yeah,
The whole family,
Whole
yeah.
family
Johnny, you
getting
brought
on
the
you.
whole family, man.
When you don't show up, they start taking those selfies with the whiteboard.
I started that
That's
just
true,
so
you did
everyone's
start it.
clear.
Or flipping those windshield wipers up.
Or
Yeah,
they
I
can't
got
do
in
that if
trouble
I'm
for
not
that.
here.
Speaking of,
There.
I got in trouble for that, even though that was not me. Real crap. Was
For
that
those
you?
of you who
No.
don't know, this windshield wiper thing is
yeah, the windshield wiper.
something
thing.
they do at
I don't
6
think
a.m.
the
a
culprit
lot.
will ever
It's
be
the wiper
revealed.
war. I think it was Kensley.
Is
Was it
still
really?
going
It
on?
was you.
It
I got in
didn't
trouble
know.
for it.
It was
I wasn't
you.
there.
It was
It
Kensley.
wasn't me.
Is this still
I
happening
left.
like a daily
Oh,
thing?
this
Yeah,
was
I
just
got-
talked about like 2 years
Yeah.
ago.
What? You got Morgan one on Friday.
I think there's a
And
mystery.
And then as I walked out, I got Judson.
I saw that.
Because you guys made Janae think it was me, but it wasn't.
I didn't make her think it was you.
Well, everyone thought it was me, but it wasn't.
Well, was it you?
It was not. It was Kinsley.
It wasn't me.
I'm thinking it was Johnny the whole
It was
time.
Matt.
It was
I
Matt.
think it was- Yeah.
Actually,
You're
that's
not
like
getting
your
enough blame.
intelligence.
You're not getting enough blame
Trust me,
here
I'm not awake
anyway.
that early.
I didn't know it was a thing until they started blaming each other, so I think I'm out on this one
Yeah,
too.
we had
think I
like
found
a
out
whole
the same time
breakdown
you
after
did.
class about it the other day.
Yeah, a whole debrief of a
Yeah.
30-minute debrief of.
We're gonna
the
break out
windshield
into a
wipers
real life
up.
clue game and
What's
figure
that?
out who this was.
OMG,
Yeah,
that.
wiper wars.
What is it? It's a
The
CFNF
wiper
clue.
wars.
That'd be
Wars.
crazy.
Put a comment on the COP podcast if you are the
You
one
wanna
that
do
doing the
CFNF
wipers.
clue.
If you're doing the
A
wipers, it's
clue
you.
board game night.
In addition to our podcast, we'll be starting a reality TV show.
Yeah. 24/7 Kipnip coaches. So let's talk about like our coaching journey, right? I being a coach is super hard, right? You guys are obviously new into the coaching journey, right? There's a lot of things that people don't understand that go into coaching, right? There's a whole lesson plan that we have to go into, like literally every day. Like before I send like our general lesson plan, like I'm doing research on like how to prep for the class, right? We don't just go in, at the start and like, I think we should do this. Like, no, it's literally everything's written down step by step. So, I think that's hard for some people to understand sometimes. And, you have to have a passion for it, right? You just can't come in for 60 minutes and kind of just wing it, right? There's probably about 15 minutes of, getting to class early, because that's what I require for you guys. Show up 15 minutes early so you guys can, start to check in on people, see if, one of our members is, if a member is injured, right? You're going to get with them before class. Hey, this is what you're going to be doing instead, right? So it's all about, I believe passion at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So what is, we'll go through what is something that, what was that moment that made you think you want to coach or like, that you wanted to step into the coach role? So Kinsley, what was that?
So it was funny because I actually didn't want to coach at all when I first started my. No, but it's funny because that was the truth. I was using the internship with Kanan to just check a college requirement off so I could graduate. That was it.
Nah,
But then,
fam.
no, I know.
That ain't me.
All
That
my
ain't
answers,
happening
all my
now.
answers about everything sound so negative. That was true. I didn't want to. It was not in my
Blink twice if you're okay.
I know, right? It wasn't actually in my path. I didn't think that was what I was going to lead to. But when I saw the background of what went into coaching, like the methodology of it, the lesson plan, how actually so much more is it from an athlete perspective versus like seeing the behind the scenes of what a coach does, that inspired me to want to be able to have the same understanding and knowledge and basically do what he does for so long, because he's been my coach since I was 15. And I wanted to be able to give people that knowledge and then that inspiration and be able to have the hour of like, this is what we're doing, but it's so broken down and it's very like theoretical, or not theoretical, but very specific and like thorough. That's the word I was looking for, thorough. So once I started to see like how much work was put into it, I wanted to do the same thing so I could give people, like, as you say, like a great hour and a great day, because our community is so great. Best hour of the day.
Best hour of the day.
I didn't know if it was copyright, so I didn't say it.
Okay, so you didn't think you would love it at first. What was that moment where you're like, I actually do really enjoy this? Is there a specific moment that stands out?
Just seeing people do what they didn't think they could do. Because when I was growing up in CrossFit, I didn't think I would be able to do anything like we've all talked about. But I remember as I getting through it and like getting able to like start to be able to understand like how to do a power clean or even understand how to just squat full depth, like seeing it click for people when I was watching your classes during that internship was what really inspired me to want to see that from like my end of helping someone. Like I wanted to see that click or that like aha moment, like, oh, I understand this now. I get what you're saying, and see that from people as they start to progress.
You have like a specific moment?
Not really. I just would see it on the daily during that internship with you, and I would see things start to click for people.
What about
and
for
just
you
seeing
as a coach?
it.
Not me.
For you?
Yeah,
or for me? There's been so many. I gotta.
What's your favorite?
Oh, I don't know.
Coaching.
I think just in general when we have Bring a Friend Week and when people who are just brand new and when they start to understand like how to squat, like when, for example, I guess if we can use names, Elizabeth Jameson's a great example because she's a wife of one of our members who's been coming for a while. His name's Brian, and she hasn't done anything. And seeing her start to understand how to squat was honestly so like just inspiring to see someone come from not doing anything for so long to be able to start to understand where their body is.
I mean, it's crazy to think like she started like what, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
And
she's squatting full depth now.
Yeah, full depth. And yesterday we did deadlifts, and I mean, like her deadlifts look really good.
Yeah.
And it's like it's crazy how like sometimes it could just be like that.
I've seen it overnight. Like already, I've seen it. With people. It's crazy.
I mean,
and when they progress like that, it's like then you realize like they really want to be here. Like you don't get better at the movement by being forced to be there, you know. So it's cool to see that too.
In Johnny's case, you do.
Well, in most cases.
So what about you, LJ? What made you, think about or wanting to start coaching?
I don't think I gave it as much thought as I probably should have. Well, Matt says he's about to go do the L1, and I don't know if I'm like just so competitive that Matt can't learn more than I can, or if I just wanted to spend 2 days with Matt and go learn about CrossFit.
Best friendship.
like truly though, like if you think about it deeper, like I felt like I knew what I was doing, and then I stopped into a CrossFit gym and realized like my definition of fitness changed. So it's like I thought it was to be as big as you could get. And I thought doing all these reps was my cardio in a way. And so like, I kind of want to just teach the next like generation of people what I know. Okay. I thought I knew this. I learned more. I know this now. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I think that is ultimately the answer. Like for me is what got me wanting to coach was like, I have a lot of knowledge. Let me pass some of this along because I'm going to get older, weaker. My numbers are going to go down. It's just inevitable. But I can still teach it. People are probably going to listen a little bit more when I still have the good numbers to put up. So that's probably what made me really go into it.
So I think that's like something, that I've really strived for, like as like starting and opening this business, right? Like I just don't want to pick someone. I need a coach, right? And like, I mean, it took me a year and a half to like hire Kinsley, just because like
you're a little bit of a control freak.
Yeah, obviously I am. Yes, I'm very much a control freak, but like I wanted people that, that wanted to learn more, that, that just weren't showing up to like fill the hour. Right. And I'd rather, me take more of the workload on at the start and like make sure that I find people that like truly care and like want to invest in this than just like hiring someone.
Yeah.
Well, this job you learn every day.
Yeah.
Like, the lesson plan changes every day. The script changes. Yeah. It's a script. You have like a set plan of what we need to accomplish every day. The warm-ups change. The focus changes every day. We have to be willing to learn like every single day.
And it might even change from the first class of the day to the last class of the day.
I agree.
Yeah,
Depends.
100%.
If I go after Kanan, it's going to look different. It's like it's the world's longest game of telephone.
Or right after you work out.
Just like yesterday.
But I think that's one of the great things about being a coach, right? Is like every hour is going to also look super different. Like I know like 5 a.m. is super busy. So like I have to run through progressions a little bit faster than I do with like the 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
And you're finding that out.
Yeah.
Right. You're finding that out real quick.
We had 5 people at 6 yesterday, which is the smallest class we've ever had. Yeah. And I was like, how do I fill the gap? the nicest thing because it's like silence is sometimes golden. Just hold them in the positions a little longer. They're finding their place. I'm like,
literally.
yeah, but I like to talk.
And that's one of the things that we took away from Bird Box too.
Yeah.
Like when we took it was like, you know,
That's what she said. Yeah.
sometimes silence is golden, right? Like hold people in positions for longer. Because at the end, I hate to say it, but sometimes people are lazy, right? Like you can hold a position
Shout out
for
Evan.
you can hold a position for like 10 to 15 seconds.
He'll agree.
He will.
Like, you know, one of my mentors, Ackerman, Johnny's favorite person.
I love you, Jason.
Said you should be able to
Shout
hold a
out.
squat for like 3 minutes, right? Comfortably. And like,
As long as there's a chair.
yeah, right?
Yeah,
As long as
right.
there's a chair at the bottom. But no, like, yeah, that's, you know, that's one of the reasons like you guys are like so handpicked to me, like because you guys like truly do care. Sorry to go on like that little side tangent, but Matt, what about you?
I thought we were just going to skip.
We are not skipping. What made you want to coach?
I think it goes all the way back. I actually, first off, I'll start by saying I don't think I realized that I wanted to coach. I feel like I've always done a little bit of helping out people here and there. I've even gotten in trouble for it. But it goes all the way back to when I
Hashtag
was
control freak.
the quote is, Matt, do you have your L1? And immediately I'm like, I'm going to get that thing. What's he going to say?
And then when he says it, then I'm going to say
Challenge
yes.
accepted.
Challenge accepted.
But I never got that opportunity. So I just started coaching right after I got it. But yeah, so it goes all the way back to when I first started working out. Ralph would go with me and we didn't know what we were doing. So I would be watching all these videos and I would start putting programming together. I didn't have a clue what I was doing, but I was putting programming together and I would help him move better. And it's just kind of like looking back, once you had the conversation with me about possibly starting coaching, I'm thinking, well, I've kind of been doing this for a while, not nearly to the level we do it now. It's
Surprise.
yeah, I had no idea what I was getting myself into. And there's actually a moment where it was the toast of art lesson that I was teaching. And shout out to Trey here. After the lesson was over, Trey was like, that was like watching a newborn deer try to walk. And I remember going home that day and I was told, see, I was like, I don't know why I thought this was a good idea. I don't know why I thought I could do this.
But it just
And
goes to show, right?
I got the text later on.
There's so much more that goes into
There
it than
really
like what
is.
people
Oh,
like,
it is.
like
Right.
That's very true.
like it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I had to take that next day off and recoup over the weekend.
You needed to
your
breathe
life.
real quick.
Yeah, and honestly, that 3 days that I was out of the gym was when I realized, like, I do really like to do this,
Yeah.
and I want to be better at it. That's why I let it bother me so much, because I want to be good at
Because
this.
you care.
Because I care.
Right?
That's very true. yeah.
So that was a negative moment.
Yes.
What's a positive moment?
It's all positive. You mean?
Woo! Oh, what's like a moment with a member or like an experience that changed them positively as you were coaching?
I guess I'm not gonna think of a specific memory or moment. I mean, again, we're really fresh into this. It's just, seeing people move better and, keep coming back. Or
I've got
you've
one where
had
you were with me on with
We-
Isaiah in the basement before we were ever coaches.
when
Like,
we were
Oh, the,
practicing.
95
both,
deadlift?
we were both working on his
Yeah.
deadlift. Like
Mhm.
you were pretty hands on with that. Like that was to me this kid just hit a 50-pound PR just in a 30-minute.
You remember
block.
the basement with Sarah?
Yeah. Oh, that was terrifying. You just talked about having 6 people in class being difficult.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So most people, probably no one knows this,
Yeah,
but
no
us
one.
here at the table, before we ever started, LJ and I went through a workout with LJ's girlfriend, Sarah. And it was just one person,
Fiance, yeah, get it right,
fiance. Whoops. And that was the most difficult coaching experience that I have had so far.
Well, because
by
he
far.
went in dad mode on us and he wasn't afraid to look at us like
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
Like
I think
Stop.
everyone's
What do
got
you
the
see?
dad
I
eye
don't
look.
see anything. I don't know. Help me.
the worst thing is thinking you're good at squats and then you teach the squat and Kanan going, I understood 0% of what you said. And I'm like, maybe
So
I
we
should
have
do
2
that.
types of feedback that I give. We have the good feedback, and then we have the harsh feedback.
Mhm.
One of
Kane's really
us
mean,
at one
guys.
point has always has at least
Yeah.
received harsh feedback
Yeah.
at
Oh,
least
yeah.
one time.
It makes you better.
Oh, it does.
It does.
I prefer it.
Same.
Johnny gives me harsh feedback all the time.
I'm glad someone does.
Yeah.
Shout out to Johnny. You
Not
gotta
hard.
keep you honest.
I know it's not hard.
I say it with the smile.
He does say it with a
He's
smile
with
on
love.
his face. Yeah, with love. All right, Johnny, you're the last one.
What's the question?
What made you want to coach?
I'm sorry. I turned 32 this week,
I
and
know you're.
I
you're
forget
getting there.
things.
Are you
now.
with us, Johnny? You're here.
I'm here.
Okay.
What made me want to coach? Well,
Was there a gun to your head?
there was not. There was no threat on my life, thankfully. No, looking back to, I think it was probably 9 or 10 months into CrossFit, here in Kokomo. And I had mentioned to you at some point that I read the level 1 manual. And I'd like to think that really impressed you anyway, because I was just trying to learn as much as I could about it at the time. So anyway, when you were talking about opening, you had actually asked me if it was something I'd ever be interested in. I actually still have the text saved,
Oh.
the screenshot.
It's your wallpaper on your phone.
It's not my wallpaper on my phone, but it's in there somewhere.
It's been replaced by someone. Carry on.
You can interrupt all day.
It's in there somewhere. So yeah, that's I saw that Kensley, Berkeley, and Key were going to go get their L1, so they let me tag along with that, and then waited a little bit, but
Hashtag control freak right here.
yes,
He's
waited.
actually a nice person.
He really is. He really
We're
is.
selling it really well.
When you get to know him,
He does all things through love.
Yeah,
No, he's a good
I
person
know.
until you get to know him. I'm just kidding.
I feel like I've got rabbit trailed here.
So what? So you,
What made me want to coach?
Yeah.
I wanted to help you, and I wanted to help do for other people what you had did for me, what you had done for me.
That means a lot.
Mhm.
So what is like one specific part or memory in your journey
Oh
that
goodness,
stands out to you?
you're gonna make me
at
think.
5:30.
Tuesdays at 5:30.
Yeah, Tuesdays at 5:30.
We can go there if
Inflatable
you like. Tuesdays at 5:30. Oh my goodness,
Best class of the week.
That's actually probably my favorite class of the week. I'll just be honest. It gets a little crazy on Tuesdays at 5:30.
It
So if
does.
anyone has not been to one of those, that is Coach Kanan's day to join us.
You should join at least once.
You should
You
join
should,
it at
yeah.
least
You should at
once. It
least
is a
join at
sight to
least
behold.
once.
No, but like, what's a specific moment?
A specific
Yeah, where
moment.
someone's like light bulb is turned on. That you're like, I'm actually making a change in someone's life.
Oh my goodness.
He's like, I gotta think about it.
Can you come back to me?
I can't come back to you.
Can I think about it for like 5 or 10 minutes?
You cannot think about it for like 5 or 10
Because it might take me a minute.
This is the blue personality coming out.
This reminds me of
That's
several
why I had to
meetings that
quickly
we've
come
had.
up with, we'll think about mine because I had to think about it too.
Thank you, Coach Birdie, for
Yeah,
I
revealing
thought
that.
maybe you had a spreadsheet at home made up with all the
Yeah,
answers, all
right.
possibilities.
I'm shocked you didn't have a sheet of the written out. Wins.
It's in my bag.
I think a good one is.
Oh, you're gonna answer for me? How
Oh,
thoughtful.
we have to at this
No,
point. I'm just
but-
kidding.
I think like the most recent one is Janae. Like starting CrossFit.
Yeah,
Like how
you can
consistent
say
she's
that.
You
Yeah,
were the reason that she went.
You
Like,
are the
Hit the
reason.
ground running.
I
She
am
did
the
almost
reason
every
that
day.
she went. I never asked her, like I never pressured her to do it. The first date that we had, it came up. I was like, well, we'll have to get you to CrossFit class sometime. And she said, we'll see.
and she came to that 6 a.m.
And she came, she fell in love with it,
And made Committed Club the first
made Committed Club the
And
first
she's got
month.
her dad in there now too.
Yeah,
Her
Papa Scott.
dad's in there,
That's how you know
Papa
what the favorite
Scott.
Quinn is. Because Judson couldn't get that in there.
That's
Just
right.
saying
Oh,
it.
it revealed the
call.
truth.
We're gonna start some drama here.
Yes.
You might cut that out.
Yeah.
Cut that out.
Sorry, Quinn, failing.
Anyway.
Yeah, anyway.
Um,
So what's the next question then? What's your favorite part of coaching at what's your favorite part of coaching at CFNF?
I kind of answered it a little bit in my previous question, but just seeing people do things that they never thought that they could possibly do. Like, for example, Darcy York and Mackenzie Morgan are two people who just got their
Mhm,
first pull up. And that was honestly so amazing to see because they have been working for it for months and they never thought during working, they would always say, I'm never going to get this. I'm never going to get this. And then they ended up getting it.
Yeah.
So it just kind of flashbacks to kind of in not making it about myself, but just knowing that I was in that position where like, I'm never going to be able to do this. I'm never going to get a pull up. I'm never going to get a push up, and just working towards it for so long. And that final first rep is just so awesome to see, especially recently with that pull-up, because they both ended up writing it up on the whiteboard or the PR board.
Well, I think it's that like the delayed gratitude, right? Like you work you know how hard it is to work so hard for, you know, like your first pull-up, your first muscle up. And then when you see it, you see the steps, like especially Darcy, right? Like she was coming in before class every day and practicing like controlled descents, doing chin over bar holds. And like you finally see that happen to someone, and you're like you know how hard they work.
Yeah.
And like that's,
and it proves
the
methodology. It proves that doing the scaling options does help
true.
you get to the ultimate goal.
That is true.
Wow. Shout out
See,
CrossFit.
Yeah, shout out CrossFit right there.
Scaling is cool.
Right.
Scaling is cool for all of you who don't want to.
Scaling is
cool.
What about you, LJ?
What was the question? No, I'm just kidding. I remember. I just wanted
That hurts.
just wanted to do that for Johnny.
Hurry. Think about it. Think about your answer. So when we're good.
I got one for the last answer, but I'm thinking ahead now.
I'm going to piggyback
really
on Kinsley here. There's times in class where I feel like I'm picking on somebody, where I'm just like, butt up just a little bit. Or like when it was squat day the other day, I was like, just look at a target because your chest keeps caving. See if you can stay looking at that target. And I feel like, okay, I'm pestering like the same thing over and over. And then all of a sudden class is over and like Bev came up to me and was just like, thank you. I've never had your class before. I would come again and again. And I was like, oh, melted me. So, I mean, honestly, it's not the coaching. It's just like that it's appreciated and you are making a difference. Like to me, that's what like it's all about.
Well, that was super cool. Like I wasn't there that morning and I received a text from
one of
Bev.
my best coaching jobs.
I received a text from Bev personally, like, you know, shouting you out, which was super cool. And like that even continues to build like my confidence.
We had
you
never
guys as
had a
coaches.
conversation prior, her and I, to
Really?
me coaching. Never even had a conversation.
She
Just
goes
in
after
passing, we've never really even like, you know, there's other members I've just never been around their class. I'm always at my 5.
That's true.
And so like, it was just, she just told me that she was like, I don't know. It just felt very genuine coming from her. I was like, oh,
I think that speaks more to like you as well on like how you present yourself in class, right? Like if
I try to be as goofy as possible.
Well,
Yeah.
Well,
Try
that's
to
just
out-
you. That's just how you are.
But I think, or I know as well, like, right, if we're like super closed off, like as coaches, and you know, you don't make yourself super presentable, like it's going to make anyone that walks into our doors like 10 times harder to accept us. And you know, I always talk about with every person that I have a phone call with, is like there's a bridge that has to be built with every single person that walks into our doors, right? Like anyone that walks into our doors day one is not going to trust us, right? There's literally a step-by-step process of like building that foundation of like you're ultimately depending on us for your health, right? Like more than I'd say than your doctors at the end of the day, and like time and time over again,
preventative care, really.
Yeah, literally preventative care. Like there's so many members that have gotten off like pills and like, you know, have had better blood
I was on blood pressure medicine.
blood pressure medicine.
Very light blood pressure medicine, and I got
Literally,
off of it.
like
from
my
CrossFit.
mom, like she's literally changed her life, and you know, there's so many different variations of that or examples of that throughout the gym. So, what about you, Matt?
Question again?
Favorite part of coaching at KFNF?
It's the community. It's just the support you get from the community. Like you give all you can to the community, and you see all the events and stuff that we do, how much the community comes out for it. And, you know, starting the coaching journey, like Vev's reached out to you.
Yeah.
I've had people reach out to me too. And, it's nice to have support. It's
It's an addicting feeling.
It
To
is.
get told that it's
Especially because like maybe you're having a bad day or you thought you didn't coach good.
When you feel
they
low.
don't know that, you know, you didn't do exactly the way you were supposed to do it, or maybe you didn't do as perfect as you wanted to, anticipated to, but they'll still reach out to you and tell you that you did a great job. And, you know, that's kind of what keeps you coming back.
Even when you're low, like I feel like if someone gives you something good, like that's going to bring you back to a high. And like, that's why, you know, I continue to do it as well. Like even when I have my lows, like if someone gives me something good, like I'm back on a high. So what about you, Johnny?
Well, to echo Coach Matt, it's got to be the community. Knowing that everyone that's walking into the group, some people, I coach a lot of evening classes, so 5:30, 7:30. Some people are getting ready to start their day if they work midnights. Some are finishing their work day. Maybe they had a rough day, and being able to see someone walk in and you can tell maybe they haven't had the best day,
Mhm.
but by the end of the workout, their friends are encouraging them. Maybe they hit a new PR.
Yeah.
Maybe one of my corny jokes helped. I'd like to think they
Always
helped
helps
me.
me.
Right?
It always helps.
And I think
me,
that's a perfect like thing to even talk about. Like as us as coaches, we're always like analyzing people,
Yeah.
right? Like we're analyzing them at the whiteboard. Like, are they farther off in the corner, or are they up in class being like all smiley, right? And we can generally feel that as well, right?
Mhm.
We can typically tell if someone's having a bad day,
Mhm.
and that's when you kind of know of like, hey, I should probably take a step back and not give them as many cues as I would on a
Yep.
typical day.
Yep.
So that's another thing of like being a coach that is like
No one
a
else
challenge.
realizes.
Yeah,
It
that
is
no
a
one else
challenge.
realizes.
There's a lot that
See,
goes
during the
into
warm-up.
making it the best hour of their day.
Mhm.
Yeah, and that's truly what our goal
Shout out
is.
best hour.
Shout out.
Shout out.
But no, sorry to cut you off, but did you want to add anything to that?
No. You
You summarized.
summarized it
I'm ChatGPT in
expertly.
this.
You got it.
I got
You
this.
got it, bro.
All right, we'll do one more question, and then we'll do some closeouts. Yeah, we'll do one more question. What makes the KFNF community special in your eyes? I know we kind of already talked about it, but like, what is like one specific thing that makes what you think makes the KFNF community special?
I think how the community within itself, like everyone is connected to each other. There's not, oh, that's the 5:30 class or that's the 5 a.m. class. One memory will always stick out to me of Joe Beekman when I was at 5 a.m. when I first started to coach 6 a.m. because I'll get there at 5 to watch 5 before I coach 6. And I was a little tired at the start because I was getting up early was a challenge. So I wasn't really the most talkative in the morning, and I was in the corner on my book, just kind of writing my notes down. And I remember he said to me, you should work out with us right now. And I was like, I would, but this is your guys' 5 a.m. class. He's like, this is no 5 a.m. class. This is just another class. And ever since then,
Shout out Joe Beekman.
shout out.
Joe.
Ever since then, I could see it from an outside perspective that no one treats each other like they're the other class. It is just one big group, one big community that just like loves each other so much.
Mhm.
And I think, when we had shout out best hour. When we had best hour of their day there to film the documentary that's coming out later this year, like I didn't really even realize like what we have is super special, right? It took someone else coming in and filming, and like literally every class is the same. He's like literally the common theme across the board is the same, which is super cool to hear, right? Because sometimes we get into like the days in and the days out of like, oh, this is just another class.
Yeah.
Shout
But
out
it's not.
AAA.
But it's not just
But it's not,
class.
but it's not,
Shout out
right?
AAA.
It's not like,
The culture is infectious.
the
It is.
culture
It
is
is
cult.
very
We put the cult.
infectious.
The culture
Yeah.
for sure.
The golden
the
culture.
culture is infectious, and
I remember when we had like less than 100 people, and I thought, man, when this gym gets bigger, as it gets bigger, like
what's
we're gonna
happen?
lose this camaraderie that we all have, and it
It's
doesn't.
still there, I
honestly, the bigger that the community has gotten, like the more love there is. in the
Yeah.
community. It's pretty cool.
Dude, I just feel like
That's
I have
special.
less time. I have more and more friends, and it's like I don't say no, so I try to hang out with anybody as much as anyone reaches out. I'm like, let's do it. Let's do it. And it's like we have a lot of friends now. Like,
Yeah.
I definitely think that everyone has each other's backs. Most like recently, there have been a couple members who definitely have been going through some troubles and some issues and some things, but everyone has always had each other's back. Whether that was like flowers being sent or a card or meal trains.
Those are the big ones right now.
No matter what
Days of
happens,
need,
the
everything.
community will
Literally
always
everything.
be there for that person
Mhm.
that's struggling.
yeah, like we've got. Well, you've mentioned this before. We've got doctors. We've got lawyers. We've got teachers. We've got, well, I don't know. He doesn't work at Kroger anymore. But Isaiah used to be our Kroger boy. We got literally people you would like maybe pass by on the street and never see, and then you go in there and you're like, oh, this is what a doctor really acts like. Dr. Todd, shout out.
Yeah, shout out Dr. Todd.
That's right.
One of my favorites is that the Breakfast Club picture from the other day. I actually
Yes.
was talking to Steve about it. I was like, there's so many different occupations in that
In
picture
that
alone
photo.
that men have never talked to each other without.
They would have
This
never
community.
seen each other. Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I would have never been around half the people, like not because I avoided them, but like
Well, yeah.
just would have ran into them otherwise.
Well, yeah. Even Trey brought that up. Because I wrote about it on the newsletter. Like, it's crazy to think that if KFNF was not a thing, so many connections wouldn't have happened.
So many friendships.
Yeah,
I would
literally,
have
like,
zero
the whole-
friends. I'd have one friend.
You're
like my wife.
The whole Canal party.
Yeah, like
that-
well, I've had friends before, but like now we're CrossFit. Like
Mhm.
I have way more. You talking about Pinnell's party?
Yeah, Pinnell's party. Like, literally everyone there was KFNF.
Yeah.
And if KFNF wasn't a thing, shout out Ryan Pennell for bringing over 50
Well,
people into our gym.
Well, York's
quick.
birthday
Shout out to
party.
Noah
Yeah.
for
We
coming
took it
originally.
over. Do you remember that? Like York's party? We
Uh-huh.
go there, the
Yeah,
whole
and
CrossFit
it
community,
was
and then he's got like
just a
5 other
handful of
friends that
friends.
don't go to CrossFit.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, yeah.
You should come.
Yeah.
Yeah. And and like it was just kind of funny because like I had so many people to talk to, and they were just like in the corner, like, what? And then everyone talked to them as well, and it was like, hey, you could come over.
Mhm.
We're not as strange as we might look on the
We
outside.
might look strange, but and act weird, but we are.
We're not as
We
strange
still
as we're
are.
acting
Yeah,
right now.
So I think you two have kind of answered it. Johnny, what do you think?
What makes the community so special?
Yeah, what makes us different?
Good luck adding to that.
Yeah,
No kidding.
come on, you got to get to the zinger.
Well, I haven't been to a lot of other CrossFit gyms, and this is not a knock on any of them, but I've not seen another one where, as a drop-in, I would be invited to go to dinner or something like that.
That's true.
Mhm.
That happened during Bring a Friend Week.
Yeah.
A couple
Yeah.
Bring a Friend weeks ago. We had a drop-in.
When Best Hour came, you guys all went to
Yeah.
Cone
we all
Palace.
went
with
to
it.
Cone
Yeah.
Palace.
Sarah Calhoun, her first week, we took her out to
To
breakfast.
breakfast.
Yeah. There was like 8 people at the 8 a.m. class, and we're like,
Yeah.
you guys want
And
to go to
she
breakfast?
was like, "What's that?" We'll show you.
Yeah, we'll show you.
Yeah, that's just an example of, I
Voting.
think, well, voting. We've got some
It's a democracy.
guidelines around that
Yeah,
right
we do
now.
have guidelines around voting now.
So I think that's an
Leadership.
example of how tight everyone is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
That you'd be comfortable welcoming a new person to go out to dinner with you like that.
Yeah.
And that's very, as a new person, that would make me feel incredibly comfortable as well.
Oh yeah.
Well, I've got a story about being new. Day 1, knew Jess. She's kind of how I started coming there. I've seen all her videos. Day 2, somebody was late. I don't know who it was. Somebody was late. The door was
Whatever.
locked. We had to call their mom to try to wake them up. I don't remember the name.
Does he have a man bun?
He's got a man
You got a
bun.
man bun?
But
Oh.
I was sitting in my car and I'm like, I remember 3 names from the day before. You're the new guy. Everyone knows your name, but because they only had to remember one name, you have to remember in 5 a.m.'s case, like 20 people. And I'm like, I don't know anybody. Everyone's all out having like a meeting in the parking lot, just hanging out and just chit chatting. I'm like, all right, let's go out there. And they're like, oh, LJ, come over. And I was like, I still don't remember your name. And then eventually it's like, really? Like, we're all just like, we're going to make the best of it. Kanan's 2 minutes late. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to say his name. Kanan's like 2 minutes late. And we're all just like hanging out in the parking lot. And it's like, yeah, we're here to have like get a workout in, but it's like, we're here for each other too.
Yeah.
Like your spirits were lifted. Does that make sense? Like,
Mhm.
we can't work out, but we can hang out. You know?
Yeah, it's just
It's a mental thing too.
it's literally just
It
infectious.
is.
Mhm.
It really is.
Like once I hate to say it, but once you drink the Kool-Aid, you want
you
to
keep
spread
drinking
it.
it.
Yeah, you want to spread the Kool-Aid to others.
Cult is the worst, best way to describe it.
It
It
is.
really is. I mean, it's hard to explain, but it's like the worst.
The worst, best cult in the world.
Worst best cult in the world.
Are all cults bad, Johnny?
He's not
I
gonna
gotta
answer
look.
that
So
question.
I needed to know. I just gotta look from you, so I needed to know.
He's giving you the Johnny look.
And we'll move on to our wrap.
Anyway.
No, we'll do one more thing.
Oh.
What is one message or piece of advice that you would give to someone thinking about starting CrossFit? It doesn't have to be super complex.
Mine was not.
Super simple.
Yeah, mine is just keep showing up. Just keep showing up.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard.
Every time, man.
Because
Ladies
we're the
first.
we're
That's
the
true.
one
Yeah.
first.
Yeah.
But no, just keep showing up. It's going to feel hard. It's going to feel impossible, especially on the days you don't want to show up.
Mhm.
Just show up. Because like we said, even if you're down at the end of the workout, you most likely will always at least have laughed at least one point during that hour.
Mhm.
Maybe someone twerking. I don't know.
Maybe. Who knows?
Maybe.
Maybe some comments being made in the background too.
Wonder who that
You might record a video and have some random
You might have some
person show up in
pictures.
your
Yeah.
videos.
Someone's dancing in your video.
Weird.
You might show
There
up
might be
in
this.
a dog costume and start
Yeah,
barking.
Oh my god.
Start
Or wait,
barking down the
wait,
hallway.
or
Who
that.
was that? Or yeah, one of these. I don't know who does that.
Or that.
Or go yeah. LJ, what's your piece of advice?
If you're already thinking about CrossFit, you're thinking about making a change. So know that you're going to be making a change and it's going to be worth it. Like it really is. Like, and CrossFit's constantly varied. So every day is going to be a change for you.
Yeah.
But like, if you're thinking about working out, like why not pick CrossFit? It's the change you need. You just don't know you need it till you get in.
Hear that,
True that.
Matt?
See, just try it. It's that simple. Just try it. Just go to one class.
Hear that? Literally just one class. Johnny?
Mr. Class.
That one class
Someone
would be
thinking about
5:30 on
starting
Tuesdays.
CrossFit?
5
Yeah, 5:30 Tuesdays.
5:30 on Tuesdays.
Anyway, piece of advice I would say to echo everything that's already been said. Just try it. Just keep coming because it works, and do not be afraid to not be able to do everything.
That is a good one.
Very
You're the
Because
only
I've
one who
been
will
doing
notice.
this for 4
That's
years
what
and I
you
still
should say.
can't
That
do
is true.
everything.
If you can't do it, you're the only one that's going to notice besides the coach.
Mhm.
And it's
Like-
okay to be afraid.
Yeah.
No, it is.
It's
It
definitely
is.
okay to be afraid. We were all probably afraid to go to our first CrossFit class.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
what was
yeah.
your first CrossFit? No, I was kidding.
Well, that kind of, I also read about that the other day. Like going to your first CrossFit class is kind of like going to like church your first time, or like going back to church, right? Like, what was that, like 3 weeks ago? I'd started going back to church, and Johnny wasn't there yet. And like, I was so scared to walk in. And as soon as I walked in the door, I saw Kyle and Lauren standing there.
Aw.
And I was like, okay, this is going to be okay. And then Johnny walked in, and I was like, okay, I feel super comfortable. But I think that's,
Everyone's just happy you're there.
yeah, everyone's just happy you're there.
I have
like
that
church.
effect on people.
You do.
Make you
I'm-
feel super comfortable.
And you do.
Yeah.
You're a
You do.
calming voice.
Yeah, your calming voice.
Oh, you're not kidding.
Your Dolly Parton
Shout out to
music.
5 a.m. Thursdays.
Yeah.
Coach Johnny.
I do love the 5 a.m.
Everyone's favorite
class.
classes.
Are you sure
Like my Johnny.
is
It's
it your
always on my
favorite, or is it 5:30?
We've
They're
actually
all
said
my
that.
favorite.
Every single one?
I've never coached a noon or a 425 even,
8:15.
or an 8:15.
Oh, a 425 is a sight to be
Yeah.
seen.
Or a 6 a.m.
Or a
is a
noon.
sight. Yeah,
Let's,
sight to be
let's
seen.
put Kane on the spot here. What was your pick a moment of just a fun, crazy moment that's happened? You can't. This is going to reveal his favorite class. I'm just kidding. That you can think of since you've owned the place.
Oh, man, there's probably, I don't know, there's a lot.
I've seen one like in several different videos that I think that he would probably use, but
I mean, there's
Are you trying to pick for them?
no.
probably as my favorite moment.
Yeah, just it
probably
don't
my,
have
like
to be
my
members.
2-year anniversary
Yeah.
of like having 100 people in
The
class.
kiddos.
Like, yeah, having the parents and the kids like all together in one class of like, it's finally happening,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And you know, sometimes I don't really get to enjoy the moments, so it's always cool to like, because like when I'm in my moment, like I don't think about anything else, but besides of like how can I make this as good as possible. So it's always cool to like see like the view. That's why I always take a video.
Panoramic,
Yeah, that's why I
yeah.
always take panoramic views, because like I can relive the moment through there. And I think that's probably the moment, I hate to say it, but like where I was like, I think I finally made it.
Yeah.
Of like, this is what I envisioned when I was broken in college, like with no credit. Like this is what I wanted right here.
Yeah.
But like that was my moment of like, yeah, I've set my stone in the community.
Aw, that's so sweet.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I just wanted you to answer because it's like I've texted you randomly, but like you're one of the hardest working people, and you like really are inspiring with your, you make videos and inspire people, but like you really, no one realizes how much work you put in, and like we've kind of got a little glimpse of it.
Yeah, you guys
but
get to see a little.
no one, like I had no clue, like how much. I found out more and more and more, and I still have no clue.
Yeah, people don't realize. Well, so we use Slack in our like little thing. It's like a little messaging app, and they'll get like random messages at 10 o'clock at night on like a Saturday
This
evening
dude
of
stopped
Or
like,
even a
working
Sunday
ever.
Yeah,
too.
or
He
even on
works
Sunday.
Monday
I
through
thought that
Sunday.
several times. I'm like, do you ever stop?
no, I don't.
We have a meeting and we get out at 10. And he's like, I'm going back to the office to put my notes down. I'm like, go home and do
I think
that.
I got a message from you maybe mid round of golf. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you did. I did.
Yeah,
We were in
yeah.
mid-golf, and I was like, okay, I got to send a reminder.
I remember one time it was so funny that you sent me a message, but if anyone doesn't know, I am not a good sleeper, so I wake up to the lightest
3
noises
o'clock in the
ever.
morning.
Yeah, it was like the lightest noise, like someone flicking a light switch, I'll wake up. And I told him that, like, it was so funny. We were talking about that. And I told him that. And then when you were gone, I was supposed to coach that class,
Yeah, the lesson plan.
the whole class the next day, like the whole day. And I get a text at 3 a.m. from him saying like it was the lesson plan. and you were on the plane.
Yeah.
And it was the lesson plan for everything for all that whole day. And then I remember as soon as you sent another message. Oh shoot, that probably woke you up. I'm sorry. I sit back. It's no worries. Thank you for sending this. I appreciate it. Have a safe flight.
Well, no, I sent it to you, and then I saw the bubbles pop up, and I was like, "What did I just do?"
You know she didn't go back to sleep.
Yeah,
She's
I know.
probably like, I gotta put my notes down.
It was just so funny.
That
'cause
reminded
he's
me
still
of
working.
the time that we went to the affiliate summit. We get back to the hotel late, okay, and he's like making up the workout for the early Saturday, and he falls asleep. Like I go to brush my teeth, and I come back, and he was snoring, knocked out.
Oh my
And
gosh.
so I'm just like laying there, and I'm scrolling through my phone, winding down for the day. It's probably an hour later, and I look over, and he's awake, typing that out, finishing the workout.
Oh, yeah, for
and then,
Saturday?
And then I look back
That's
up
the workout
again, and
we
he was
changed.
already snoring again. It's like the,
That was
the
the one I
work
messed
never
up.
ends.
That was the one that was supposed to be like a partner or
That
something.
was. It was. Well, yeah.
We got like
There's always
we got like
there's always
halfway, and
something that
Kinsley's like,
happens.
we're gonna stop at this point because we were all beaten up from that.
Because
one.
I
It's
messed it up.
like who's eating this guy's Cheerios? Like seriously.
I
What
messed
is
it
wrong
up.
with this
That's
man?
why if you
He's
never
out of
know,
town, he's
feet and
mad.
meters are completely different things. By the way.
That's true.
So-
They're very
Shout out to the door to door.
The Hero One workout we did.
Oh my God. I finished in 4 minutes.
My time was amazing.
Kinsley has a world record in this.
Whoa.
But no, thank you guys for seriously helping on this. We're going to continue to do this with members. We'll grab the Breakfast Club.
Oh
We'll
yeah.
do different classes. This is just something I've always wanted to do, to build stories, build connections with people in our community, right? Because obviously we get an hour with our people, but there's so much more that we can learn about them. And like, I want to be able to share people's stories of why they do what they do and why they do CrossFit.
Yeah.
So thank you guys.
Yeah, thanks for
Thank
having us.
you.
Thanks for having us.
Of course.